Angry Canuck has asked me several times why I think that people try to dominate other people. And my answer is that, first of all, I think that's one of the deep questions that many people have good answers on. I don't think I'm at a place that I can just answer here it is. I also am not sure what the context of this question is. I've seen his videos to people like Wookdar, who he calls crazy leftists. And my view of conservatism is that it doesn't usually address the question of why people dominate others. It just takes it as a given and, to a certain degree, a good thing. That the idea is this struggle, that in this struggle the best people will get control, which I don't believe. The answer, though, is that I believe that the will to control other people comes from the will to survive. If you notice, the will to survive is something that our genetics basically manipulates in us. For example, the will to procreate. Our genes don't reason with us about why we ought to try to procreate so that we can survive. They just instill in us a sense of lust, a sense of attraction to the opposite sex, and it kind of takes care of itself, whether humans understand why or not. And in the same way, just the general need to survive, this is not something we experience as a rational argument of what we need to do to survive. It comes to us as a will for more power. The more power you have, you've increased your own survivability. So I think people try to dominate each other as part of this genetic will to just have more power. And so it's kind of just like the lust can backfire, and you can be so lustful and so driven that you don't find anybody. You can want power so much that you don't actually help the survivability of yourself or your family or your species or life in general. And I think this is what's happened, that we have drives trying to maximize power, and that interferes now with our more subtle and more advanced understanding of power and why we really want it in the first place. If we just follow this urge to power, we're going to destroy this race, this planet. If we just follow this urge to power, it's going to be counterproductive to why we have this urge in the first place. So I think we can rise up and understand this rationally now, and that affects how we take our own power and what kind of power we give to other people. And we can come up with sustainable solutions to that, I believe. But as for why we see it now, it's just people struggling to survive, basically. And they're using their feelings to do that.